Good morning. So I'm just going to give you a little introduction to my video. Here is Bill, my dog. Whilst I sit here on my bench, and then I'm going to walk around and show you a few things I've got here. So it's a lovely sunny morning, 1st of June. May and June, my favourite months of the year. So much going on in the garden. We've had the chicks, and we've got the dawn chorus in the morning, and lots of things in flower, but so much more to come. All the roses are still to come. So I'm sat on this wooden bench, and the reason these flowers are growing right in front of me is because I've allowed them to grow out of the paving, which I really shouldn't have done, but I couldn't bring myself to pull them up. So they're called Hesperus matronalis, sweet rocket, really fragrant. They come up all over my garden actually, and they're biannuals, so they seed themselves. And then on the ground in front of me are some of the plants that I've grown and I'm going to be planting out over the next week or so. I grew a lot more than this, but I have put some out already. So what I've got pot marigolds, which are really easy to grow just throwing the seed on the soil, but I've grown them in pots. And this is lobelia. These ferny ones are larkspur. Most of these I've planted out now, but I'm excited about these. They're a snapdragon antirrhinum called lavender potomac, and they grow to be over 4 feet tall. Some cosmos here, which I always grow. Nasturtiums. So I'll be looking for spaces to put those in. So as you can see, I've got quite a big plot here. A lot of it's in shade there, but it does go right back. The further you go down, the wilder it is. Partly because I just can't cope with such a big garden, but partly because I want to be able to have lots of wild habitat here. And it hasn't been mown because we've had no mow May in the UK, which is don't mow for May so that there's wildflowers for pollinators. And when I mow, I might even mow round those buttercups. So, this is a rose in a pot here. The rose is not in flower, but this is Herb Robert that I've allowed to grow in the pot. And Herb Robert is just a weed really, but I love it, it's so pretty. The leaves are so delicate, and the little tiny pink flowers. It's a kind of hardy geranium, a wild hardy geranium. And when you pull it up, it makes a horrible musty smell. There are more things here growing. So if I start at the top, which is really pretty at the moment, trying to avoid showing you my washing, which is on the line. So this border, I call it my blue and yellow border. It's quite often purple and orange. I hope I'm speaking up loud enough. My husband kept saying, you need to speak up more loudly. So I hope that's better. It's absolutely abundant at the moment here. I'm going to have to sort of pull some things out to plant my other things here. So I always get a lot of forget-me-nots. Some of these will come up soon because they'll be finished. I mean, they grow like a weed, but they are lovely. Such a pretty blue, so delicate. There's more Herb Robert there, the pink. And then these are Welsh poppies. These are all things that come up on their own, actually. Gorgeous fern at the back. Granny bonnets. Aquilegias, I think their proper name is. There's the elephant's ears there, which are finished now, but the leaves are glorious. Some of last year's pot marigolds. They were invaders really, because I didn't want orange. I'm trying to go for yellow, but you know, whatever. They're lovely, they're flowers. So there's lots of things here that are not in flower yet, so it's all to come. This big thing of green hair is echinops, the purple prickly ball things. And they are about 5 feet tall when they're in bloom. This bare wall had a gorgeous ceanothus tree that hung over this whole area, and that's what's left of it, very sadly. Californian lilac, ceanothus. We cut it all down, and we still got to cut that piece down. Looks a bit stupid. This is to flower, Thalictrum. Oh, now this is interesting. This is my mason bees. So I'm a mason bee guardian. I'm very proud of it. So in this box here, they've probably all hatched now. So these arrive and they look like little coffee beans. Those holes are where the baby bees have hatched out. And I think they're all out now. So I get sent those from the Mason Bee Company. They go in that container. The bees escape from here. And then, after they visited flowers, they come back and start to lay their eggs in these tubes. Can you see the one in the middle is full? That means the bee has been in, laid eggs and pollen for the egg to eat when it hatches, all at once just come out. And then the mason bees, they cover up the hole with mud. Look, there's another one going in. It's a really good system. And then in September, I send the full tubes back to the company, and they tell me how many little cocoons were in there, and then they send me some more next year. Anyway, that's one of my wildlifey things. So you can see what I mean, that there's loads more to flower, because none of this is